Hey everyone, this is Cassie. It's been a hot minute since I've uploaded a video. I apologize for that. Not that I have any really real subscribers to be apologizing to. Regardless, it's a lot has happened in the world. But let's start from the beginning. My school semester had started, which is part of why I got really slow on uploading videos and stuff, and even drawing personal things, because I'm taking 5 classes this semester, and it's my last semester at a community college before I hopefully get to transfer to university, which I got accepted into, actually, in my university of choice, so I've been very happy about that. So I was already very, very busy, and then things happened in the world. Now we're all stuck inside, so you'd think that I'd have a lot more free time, but I don't. I work at a grocery store, so I'm what's considered an essential employee, which I don't like, and if I had the choice, I would stay home, because working at a grocery store in general is a nightmare, and working at it when everyone's panicking and overbuying everything is even worse. So I've been kind of busy and just trying to make sure that I stay clean and everything like that, because I live with my family. But I am back, and I'm very happy to be back. I technically have more free time to be doing this sort of stuff because I'm at home instead of at school, but again, I'm taking 5 classes and they've all gone online, so I'm really trying to just divide up my time as best as I can. And this whole crazy situation has just made me very exhausted, so I just haven't felt like I have a whole lot of time to do much of anything at all. But here we are. Clearly I've made something. The one thing that I have been able to do in my free time to try and relax is play some video games, which I don't actually consider a relaxing activity, but I do find it a fun activity. I've been playing the new Animal Crossing, which has been so much fun. I really, really enjoy it. And the new Final Fantasy game, which I had been looking forward to since they announced the remake, and oh my gosh, I played the original. I actually don't have any nostalgia for the original, not in the same way a lot of people do. I didn't play the original until like a couple years ago, I think maybe 5 years ago-ish, and it was just so good. Like, I didn't want to give it a chance because it was an older game and it didn't look very pretty and all that stuff. But it was it lived up to the hype. I thought it was really great, and I was very excited when they announced the remake for it. And so it came early for me, actually, because I originally ordered it through Amazon, and then I changed it to Square Enix once the postal service, or Amazon service specifically, got a little weird. And I got it a couple days early, and so I beat it before everybody else, which I was pretty happy about, because it meant that I didn't have to worry about like anybody leaking any spoilers or whatever, which is a weird thing to say about a game that technically has been out since the 90s, but mostly new stuff. I didn't want to be spoiled for anything new and cool. And I'm not going to give anything away because it's still out, it's still early, people are still playing it, but I personally loved it. There's definitely some little things in it that I have some criticisms about, but overall, I enjoyed the ride, and I'm so excited for part 2. Now, obviously, if you know Final Fantasy VII, you'll know that I am drawing Aerith right now, who is my personal best girl. I love Aerith. I love all the girls, but there's just something about Aerith that is so much fun, and I enjoy her a lot. And drawing her is a lot of fun because she's so pink and pretty. The palette that I'm using is a Prima color palette, I believe. Yeah, it's Prima. It's the Pastel Dreams, which was a birthday gift given to me by a good friend of mine, and I was really excited to use it because it has all these really nice soft pinks and greens and stuff. The only colors I don't really care for in this palette are the browns, and you'll notice when I had first started putting the browns down in her hair, they have a very yellow undertone to them, and it's just I don't really like using it because of that yellow, and it's really frustrating to try and wash out. And I ended up combining it with some gouache paints that I had left over from my Arteza palette, and a couple watercolors from my Koi watercolor palette, mostly the browns, because I just really didn't like the browns in my pastel palette. So this picture is actually one part of 3, which was kind of unintentional. I was just sketching, and then I ended up, so I sketched Aerith first, and I ended up really liking where I was going with it, and I ended up doing Tifa and Jessie. For those who may not be familiar, Jessie is a Disc 1 character. She's part of Avalanche in Final Fantasy VII, and her and a lot of other Avalanche crew members get so much more personality in the remake, and I really enjoyed getting to spend time with her and the other characters. So I made 3 portraits, flower portraits of the girls, and I really liked how they came out, so I decided to paint them. Aerith was the first one I got done, obviously. And I really like how she came out. You know, I was a little nervous that I wouldn't like it because I'm not used to drawing these characters, so I wasn't sure how I would feel about them, and I'm still learning and struggling because they have very old school designs, but hopefully I'll have the other 2 up soon, and hopefully you guys will like them, and hopefully I'll like them. That's kind of the more important thing. Otherwise, I am considering putting this picture up for sale in my Etsy shop as a print. For those who don't know, I have an Etsy shop. Ooh. I'll put a link down below along with all my social media if you guys are curious to see the other pictures when they get uploaded and all that. But until then, stay safe, stay clean, stay indoors, and I hope you guys have a great day. All right, bye-bye.